For the Lord your God is bringing you into a good land. Shalom Israel. A hearty shalom to you, Jeffrey Seif here, and
Barri Seif, your wife.
better half. Hey, listen, glad to be with you. Thanks for looking our way. A lot of times when people look the Jewish way, they run into something that they're not familiar with. It's called a kippah or a yarmulke, and Jews wear this on their head, and people wonder why. In fact, a religious Jew won't sleep with it, but won't walk 4 steps away from his bed without covering his head. And the other day, someone asked me, "What's that on your head, Jeffrey?" They were referring to all the hair. Oh, look, I decided to grow it a little bit. It's because I'm a professor, But what's with a hat? Do you remember, by the way, you told me a couple weeks ago, I was going somewhere. You said, don't wear that kippah.
Yes.
Do you want to tell the good people why you told me to not wear it?
Okay, you were going to the Ukraine, and with all of the anti-Semitic attacks that have happened worldwide, I said, please promise me that you will not wear the yarmulke, the kippah, because I did not want him to be a target. And surprisingly, he listened to me.
Well, she didn't want people to. If you were.
We look Jewish enough, honey. You don't need a yarmulke on top of the head.
Well, that's true. I'm not a tall Italian. If people are prejudiced against Jews, they would sort it. But there's a sense in which when you see a male wearing a yarmulke, it draws the attention, a Jewish man.
Yeah.
And you were concerned because there's a lot of anti-Semitism in the world. Now, the people that are watching this aren't bitten by that bug. It's philo-Semitism. There's a love for what we're all about. Why? I'll ask a question rhetorically and I'll answer it, and then you weigh in. Why wear the hat? What's up with the kippah? In the Jewish world, it's not just a marker for Jews, a public marker that we're Hebrews. There's a private marker too. It's called circumcision. I won't go into that, but it's a public marker. But it's not just that. The symbolism is that we're under God. We're subject to Him. He's over us, and it's a reminder that we're not autonomous. That we're under His care and under His direction. What say ye?
Well, I agree totally. And it's interesting, when you go to Israel, every male has one on. And you don't need to wear the kippah to say that you're Jewish or that you identify with the Jewish people, but it's a sign of respect.
Yes, in the religion, it's a sign of respect for God.
Yes.
That we're the people under the book, we're a people under the covenant. And it's a reminder, in the Jewish world, let's say if I'm a plumber and someone calls me to do a house plumbing problem, okay? And let's say if it doesn't turn out right, they'll say, I'll never use that plumber again, okay? Won't use him again. But if the plumber comes in wearing a yarmulke and does the plumbing and it doesn't work out, people will say, dang those Jews. There's a sense in which when you wear it, you're a representative of the people. It's like a Catholic priest will wear a certain garb. And I would imagine when he goes out in public, he wants to be careful because whatever he does is a reflection of the Roman Catholic Church. If he's walking around in blue jeans and a t-shirt, you can get lost in the crowd. But there's something distinguishing about the garb. And you have to be careful because you're an ambassador of the religion. Similarly, when you wear the kippah, you're an ambassador of the Jewish people.
Now, it's very interesting, and you correct me if I'm wrong.
I wouldn't dream of it.
There's no place in the Tanakh that says anything about the kippah, about the yarmulke.
It's not mandated in biblical literature.
Right. Thank you.
That's true, but it's something that's adjudged to be helpful.
Tradition.
Yes. and certainly there's a place for it. There are things that people do in religion that aren't mandated in the way that people do church.
When the people in the Catholic Church genuflect, they kneel and do
Yes,
the sign
and
of the
then
cross.
people wear the people wear yarmulkes too of different colors, and
Yes.
we are subject to tradition, but I don't want to disparage a tradition just because it's a tradition.
No.
I think it's a good one, to tell you the truth, because it prompts us to be a little more careful when we're out there in the world, because we're not just representing ourselves. Well, there it is, a little to do on the yarmulke. I'll come back and talk about the talis, the prayer shawl, but that's for another piece. God bless.